Hello students, let's get back to our chapter 16, climate. The other day we studied about cold weather season, and that's winter, which is from December to February. Today we are going to study about warm weather season, and that is summer, which is also known as Grishma. Grishma over here as we call. And so please take your textbook and open page 25. Be with me as we begin the lesson. Warm weather season, summer, which is also called as Grishma season. In India, the warm and dry season between March to May is called summer. Make a bracket. In India, warm and dry season between March to May is called summer. During this period, the sun rays fall vertically from south to north gradually, and the landmass becomes warmer. So students, how are the sun rays? The sun rays fall vertically. Vertically in this form, students. So sun rays fall vertically, shifting from south to north gradually. From south they are shifting to north, and then gradually, and the landmass becomes warmer. So the weather is getting warmer. We are coming from winter season to summer season now, students, and therefore climate, you can see the change. Temperature increases continuously. The month of March is the hottest month in southern India. Make a bracket. The month of March, underline that March is the hottest month in southern India. Which is the southern India, students? You remember when we saw the map, towards the downward, that is Kerala, Tamil Nadu and all. Then temperature exceeds 40 degrees Celsius at many places. Central and northeast India experience maximum temperature during April and May. Central and northeast India, what type of temperature do they experience? The maximum temperature during April and May. At some places, the temperature reaches around 45 degrees Celsius to 50 degrees Celsius. So, some places it is up to 45 to 50 degrees Celsius. Thus, entire nation experiences very high temperature during summer. Due to the altitude of peninsular and the plateau, the summer in South India is little mild. Due to the what? Due to the peninsular plateau. Now, peninsular plateau, you know, which is surrounded by the ocean. All the three sides have been surrounded by the ocean towards the south. And so, how is it? It is little mild over there. Compared to North India, the temperature here remains low. While the temperature in Delhi and Allahabad is 34 degrees Celsius, it is 30, and at Madurai it is 30 at Madurai and 27 at Bengaluru. So students, what? While the temperature in Delhi and Allahabad is 34, then in Mathura you will get to see only 30 degree. And when it is 30 degree in Mathura, in Bengaluru you will get to see only 27 degree Celsius. So there is a lot of difference in 27 to 34, isn't it, student? Thus, physical features and sea seem to have dominating effects on the temperature in south. So what is it, students? So physical features and sea seem to have dominating effect and on the temperature in south. You know that our body also reacts differently as per the season, and so the role the sea has to play over here. Now, like to know, I want you to read what is given over here about like to know. Then, come towards now. During this season, tropical cyclones develop over Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea. Make a bracket. During this season, which season, students? We are talking about summer season, or we are talking about Grishma season. So during this season, tropical cyclones develop over Bay of Bengal and over Arabian Sea, advance towards coastal area and cause devastating effects over coastal regions. Most of the country experiences hot and dry weather during summer. So during summer, most of the country, all the parts of our country, that is in India, we experience what type of weather, students? It's hot and dry during summer. Most of the places do not receive any rain in this season, but sometimes Malabar coast gets some rain which helps the mango crop. It is called Amra Vrushti, since it is helping the mango. Now, which region, which coast we are talking about? Malabar coast. And so therefore what happens? It helps the mangoes, the crop of mango to grow. Therefore it is also called as Amra Vrushti. This is useful to mango and coffee crops. So that rain is better, that is good for mango crops as well as for the coffee. After studying about winter, now we studied about the summer season. Let's go to the different season. The advancing monsoon rainy season, which is from June to September. We just finished that season, June to September. How is the climate? How is the weather? Let's see now. India is an agrarian country, and so the rainy season is very important season for India. For Indians, this rainy season is very important because we have most of the people doing farming, and so therefore we depend on rain very much. About 80% of rainfall country is received from between June to September. So 80% of rain which we get for the farming and all is received from the month June to September. Indian farmer is busy in farming from the beginning of the rainy season. The moment it starts raining, the farmers are very busy with their crop. They try to plant different types of crops, and so therefore you see them very busy. Southwest monsoon winds are responsible. Let's turn the page. Southwest monsoon rains are important for the rain in this season and the humid and cloudy weather. So what type of weather, students? The weather will be humid and cloudy. And what type of winds, students? The winds blowing from southwest monsoon, that is the wind or the monsoon that comes to us, that is responsible for the rain. They carry the good rain, and so therefore what type of weather is there? Humid and cloudy weather. That is why this is also known as a season of southwest monsoon winds. Make a bracket. That is why this is also known as a season of southwest monsoon winds. Almost entire country gets rainfall due to these winds. By the end of May, a low pressure develops. Due to high temperature over India and Central Asia at this time. Indian Ocean in the south develops high pressure, so winds blow towards northern low pressure pockets. So make a bracket, students. What happens by the end of May? A low pressure develops due to high temperature. We saw the temperature will be very hot. And so over the India and Central Asia at this time, Indian Ocean in the south develops high pressure. So winds blow towards northern low pressure pockets. The summer monsoon winds blow from the ocean towards India. As these winds are moisture laden, they bring rain. Now, the summer monsoon winds blow from the ocean towards India. Okay? Now, we are talking about what ocean? Indian Ocean. It comes towards India now. You saw that Sri Lanka over here. So it comes towards India, and then what happens? As they blow, what type of weather? They carry, winds are moisturous. There is a lot of moisture, and that helps to get the rain. Now look at this map. What is given in India? Southwest advancing monsoon. You can see the wind blowing from the different places. You see? It goes to different places, and so in the exam, in the map, you are asked to write. So look at this map. I'll be telling you what type of questions will be asked in this map. Come here. Due to peninsular shape of South India, this is called peninsular shape. We were talking about peninsular region. Okay? Due to peninsular shape of South India, the southwest monsoon winds are divided into two parts. They are Arabian Sea current and Bay of Bengal current. Arabian Sea current and Bay of Bengal current. Now, let's see what is that Arabian Sea current. Okay, come to the next page, Arabian Sea current. Generally, the monsoon in India starts in the beginning of June at Kerala in South India. So in Kerala, of course you know that where is Kerala? In South India. And so students, first the monsoon starts from there. Western Ghats obstruct the southwest monsoon winds coming over Arabian Sea. So towards the western, like Maharashtra, Gujarat and all, we start getting rain coming towards from the Arabian Ocean, Arabian Sea. So the entire coast on western slopes of Ghats receive heavy rain. So Western Ghat, which we are situated, when these winds cross Western Ghats and reach the peninsular plateau, most of its moisture is reduced. So when this reaches towards the peninsular plateau, what happens? The quantity of the moisture decreases. Hence, this leeward region gets less rain. Mumbai gets more than 200 centimeter of rain, while Pune, which is little further, gets only 75 centimeters of rain. Of course, you know that Mumbai is close to Arabian Sea. Over here we can see also Mumbai over here. This is the Arabian Sea. And by that time, it reaches towards the southern peninsular plateau. What happens to that? It carries little less moisture and therefore it carries less rain. Now, rain decreases northwards from Kerala to Karnataka, Goa, Maharashtra on western coast. So on western coast, what happens? The quantity of rain decreases. One branch of this current enters Madhya Pradesh through Narmada Valley. This current further merges with the winds coming from over Bay of Bengal. One branch of this Arabian current passes over Gujarat, Saurashtra and Kutch and advances towards Rajasthan. Where does it go, students? In Gujarat, passes over Gujarat, Saurashtra and Kutch and advances towards Rajasthan. From Gujarat over here, from Gujarat and all, it goes towards where, student? It goes towards Rajasthan. Okay? Now, you know where is Narmada River? We are talking about Maharashtra, Mumbai, Narmada River over here somewhere. And so, look here, enters towards Madhya Pradesh through Narmada River, Narmada Valley. This current further merges with the winds coming from Bay of Bengal. Have a look at the next map. You have been given the quantity of rain over here. See the colors. Now, we were studying that what happens that these are, which are these? Now we are talking about the Arabian Ocean, the wind that blows. These are no high mountains or dense forest in Gujarat. Now, Gujarat doesn't have dense mountain or forest. And so, what happened? So there is a less possibility of the condensation of the moisture in these winds. After giving rain in Gujarat, when these winds enter Rajasthan, they contain less moisture, so Rajasthan gets less rain. They just get even less than 10 centimeter rainfall. So students, after reading this you will know. Now why? What is the reason that Rajasthan gets very little rain? Why? Because as the wind that blows from the southern towards the Arabian Ocean to Maharashtra, and from Maharashtra through Narmada Valley it goes to Gujarat, Saurashtra, Kutch, and from there when it enters Rajasthan, the quantity of moisture becomes very, very less. It becomes, see, it is given over there. The less possibility of the condensation of the moisture in these winds, there is a less condensation. And so therefore, after giving rain in Gujarat, by the time they enter into Rajasthan, it decreases, and therefore Rajasthan gets, it's a desert area, they get only 10 centimeter of rainfall. Now, what about Bay of Bengal? Bay of Bengal current. Let's study now Bay of Bengal. What happens to Bay of Bengal? Second branch of southwest monsoon winds first enters West Bengal and then reaches up to Madhya Pradesh. So what happens? The second branch of southwest monsoon that enters into West Bengal and then reaches to Meghalaya. Students, remember this, make a bracket. Through Bengal, through West Bengal, it reaches to Meghalaya. These winds contain maximum moisture, which give heavy rain in Meghalaya. Since they contain plenty of moisture, it contains maximum moisture, the quantity of rain also is more in Meghalaya. The slopes of Khasi, Garo and Jaintia hills receive heavy rainfalls. Underline that. Winds here deflect and blow from southeast. They cross over West Bengal. Now underline this, they cross over West Bengal, Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Punjab and reach Haryana. Their moisture content decreases, so the regions which fall in this way or in its way first get more rainfall and gradually the last region gets less rainfall. So student, what happens? Just like we saw from Gujarat, when it goes to Rajasthan, the quality decrease of rain, the quantity decreases, and so similarly over here also. It is very good quality in Meghalaya. But then what happens? Later on, the crossover West Bengal, it goes to Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Punjab and then reaches Haryana. The quantity differs. And they get from more to less rainfall. Further, both this current coming from Arabian Sea and Bay of Bengal merge, giving good amount of rain to the northern Himalayan region, and snowfall occurs there occasionally. Students, make a bracket again. What happens that both these currents coming from Arabian Sea and Bay of Bengal. Now, Arabian Sea, you saw it over here, Arabian Sea and Bay of Bengal, Arabian Sea over here, Bay of Bengal over there. So when they come and they go, so what happens? They give very good kind of rain, and the snowfall occurs there. Okay. Now let's see over here. Along with this monsoon wind, cyclone originating over the Bay of Bengal and the Arabian Sea also enters India. See, make a bracket. Along with this monsoon wind, students, we also have cyclone and all, mostly in monsoon. Why? Because of these winds which come from Bay of Bengal as well as from Arabian Ocean or Arabian Sea. Due to this, monsoon becomes more active in some area. Because the wind that blows and the cyclone and all, in some area gets heavy rainfall. During monsoon season, an average of 5 to 6 cyclones pass through India and help in bringing rainfall. So students, since during monsoon, the average number of 5 to 6 cyclones they pass, there is a heavy rain as well as there is also, it helps in bringing the heavy rainfall. India receives her rain through monsoon winds, but these winds do not blow throughout the year and from same direction. They do not blow out from the same direction, neither they are blowing from throughout the year. The onset of these winds is also irregular. The phenomena of rain break is associated with monsoon winds. The underline that the phenomena of the rain break associated with the monsoon winds. When the winds come over, when the winds carry the moisture, that is how we are able to get good rainfall. And so, this monsoon rains falls for many days, but there are few rainless days, and again it is followed by spell of rain. This phenomena is called rain break. So maybe in the exam you are asked for 1 mark, what do you understand by rain break? So students, you will have to write from the phenomena of rain break is associated with the monsoon winds. The monsoon rain falls for many days, but there are few rainless days, and again it is followed by a spell rain. This phenomena is called rain break. Make a bracket, students. There is also a variation in the physical features in our country. All these factors affect the distribution of rainfall. These factors have made the amount and the distribution of rainfall unequal in India. Assam and Meghalaya receive very heavy rainfall, while the deserts of Rajasthan or the deserts in Rajasthan and Leh in Kashmir receive insignificant rainfall. So students, what happens? Some regions, that is Assam and Meghalaya, heavy rainfall, while deserts of Rajasthan and Leh in Kashmir receive insignificant insignificant rainfall. Students, I am going to stop over here. We will see about the Ritu monsoon. What is it? That it will be another part, the last part we will see it in the next lesson.